Good evening, good evening, good evening. What's happening, man? What's going on with y'all? I hope y'all had a vanglorious day. Hope you had a what's going on here to learn and share. Hope you had a vanglorious hey. Hope you had a vanglorious day. Hope you had a vanglorious week. Hope you were able to study, trade, whatever it is you wanted to do with the market this week. I hope you had an opportunity to do that. What I'm going to do today, well, this evening, should I say, when we get into it, instead of just breaking down the price action, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to walk you through my mindset as I'm in a trade. What's up, Rose? What's happening, Rose? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Okay, Rose, I see you on there looking like your daughter, looking all young and vibrant like your daughter. You better make them eat cake, honey. What's going on, Robinson? What's going on, Q? What's happening with you? What's going on, Linda? Linda. Mira, Linda, listen, listen. So, like I say, what I'm going to do tonight, instead of just going through the price action, we do that every day. What I'm going to do, because I told you, man, we here now. We sprinting. You know what I'm saying? We ain't stretching. We ain't warming up. We ain't doing nothing. We sprinting. We got down in the blocks long time ago, right? The starter pistol went off. We started running. Buenos Tardes, Valdez. Started running, right? First 25 meters we got here. By the time we hit the 50 meters, we straight up. We running. We running now. We sprinting. We full sprint now, man. So what I'm going to do, I'm trying to add a little bit of value. Instead of just, hey, this is a breaker. This fair value gap. This is that. No, man. It's like, because you got to be able to read those candlesticks like a steamy novel. So I'm going to walk you through my mindset of when I'm actually in a trade. It's for a trade that I took this afternoon. Yep. I traded this afternoon. Yep. It was probably after 3 o'clock. It was late in the afternoon because that booger did not want to give me what I wanted. But I said, I refuse to let you draw me in, you old booger. I refuse to let you draw me in. Where is it? Where is that old booger? What time was that? Executions. 253. 253 is when I entered the trade at 253. And 321 is when it hit my stop. When it hit my stop and stopped me out. I was initially shooting for 10 points. And then the 10 points was right at the high, right? And I need 10 and a quarter. So as it was going up, I said, okay, I'm going to extend it up to this buy side that I was talking about earlier. And I'm going to start to manage the trade by putting my stop, locking in profit that I'm okay with, right? So I was like, so if as it goes up, I'm going to manage my trade with profit. I'm okay with it stopping me out at, because initially I was shooting for the 10, right? And I'm going to walk you through looking at the candles, candle by candle, and what I'm looking at using the ICT concepts that I've learned. That's why I want to know them all. I don't want to just be a fair value gap trader. I want to know the entire kit and caboodle. Now, don't ask me what I just said. I've heard that saying my whole life, and I don't know if they're saying they want the entire kit and caboodle, because I don't know what a caboodle is, or if they're saying a kitten like meow caboodle. I still don't know what the caboodle is, right? So I don't know if they're saying kit and caboodle or kitten like meow caboodle, because I don't know what a caboodle is. I know what a kitten is, and I know what a kit is. But what's a caboodle? I don't know. That's just something I heard my whole life, but I understand what it means. Oh no. Okay. I think we've separated the wheat from the tare now. So, good evening. If this is your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, please allow me to say welcome. If it's not the first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, and I doubt that it is. I mean, I don't get that many unique subscribers. It's the shout out. If y'all don't know, we got a brand new baby black spider. We got a baby black spider. Not me. I'm 50 and I'm vasectomified. But somebody in the community has given birth to a brand new bouncing baby black spider boy. We got us a future millionaire. A future millionaire. This is a first. Ain't none of my ain't no grandpappy. I ain't no grandpappy yet, but I feel like a grandpappy. If I ain't a grandpappy, I'm a real proud big uncle. You feel me? Got us a whole black spider baby out here. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rod Sr. Thanks for hanging out with me and my homeboy back over my corner. Showed his name Spider, my sweetie over there in the corner right there. I get on Algo's in there every single day, and I talk about the price action dealing with the ICT concepts in the way that I understand it, in the hopes to help you get your aha moment. Now that we got all that out the way. Oh yeah, one more thing. If you are interested in becoming a funded trader and you want to dive off into the world of trading for prop firms and you choose to go with Apex, please use my link down there. Use my link. It's an affiliate link. They'll give me a little coinage for every person that signs up. Right now, that link is for 50% off. Right now, they're doing 90% off until I think the 1st of May. All you got to do is when you use my link, and then when you get there, just put in save 90. Right, just put in save 90 for the code. And then if it takes you longer than 30 days to pass the evaluation, you'll just renew at 80% off. Right, 80% off. So, and I just signed up for another evaluation account. Was it yesterday? Yesterday or day before yesterday? One day I signed up for it was either yesterday, day before you. Anyway, I'm signed up for some value another one, and I used the 90% off code on this one. So and then after I know the 90% off code worked, and then it says, you signed up for this, and then after 30 days, it's going to be this amount, and that amount is 80% off. So use my link. Anyway, not sponsored by them, but that is an affiliate link. So please utilize it if you're interested in becoming a funded trader. I chose Apex. I shared this story with y'all before. I had a list of the ones I was looking at. Apex fit my trading style best. And what I want from a prop firm, it fit the best. Shout out Big Draco for putting me on the Apex. You know what I'm saying? I say, hey, Draco, if you got a code for Apex, I'm using your code. Because you put me on the Apex after I did the studying. That's who fit me the best, and that's who I went with. Now, let's get to it. Oh, yeah. And if you, Draco put me onto trade copiers too. If you got multiple accounts, just say if you want to trade one prop account and trade your own account. Because like me, I got my personal account, and then I got some Apex accounts, right? But even if you had your personal account and one Apex account, that $150 for that Apex trade copier, that's some of the best money I done spent. Because when I tell you, I can in my static Apex account, I can say in my static Apex account, I can say trade a MES. In my real account, I can say trade. In my personal account, I can say trade a ES. In the other account, I can say trade ES, or whichever one I can even say whichever one I want to do. I can say ES here, MES there, and then all I got to do is look at my personal account as the price action moving, and when I put on my trade, my entry, stop loss, and take profit go across all the accounts. And what if I move my stop in my personal account, the stop move in all the accounts? I ain't got to go stop. I ain't got to go enter. If Draco, is Draco on here? Look, there go Draco in the building right there. What's up, Draco? What's up? Yes, it is. Muy sexiante. I know that ain't a word, but that's it. What Robinson said. Where he at? Get off my live. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it, man. I'm sick of Robinson. Y'all already know I trade on Ninja Trader. So let me see what that line is. Up under that 12 o'clock candle. So let me put the line. It's that line up under 12 o'clock candle, the new week opening gap, and then the fair value gap there. All right. So fair value gap, that's the fair value gap, I think. 68.75, 71.25. Yes, that's the fair value gap. It's already marked out. There was a new week opening gap there. Let me check that. Yep, new week opening gap is there. All right. So the trade more so was the trade more, man, that thing went crazy right there. That thing went crazy right there. That was when I had to go get my boys, but it went crazy right there. It never made it there though. So I'm not mad because it wouldn't have got there. That's why I slid it up to there in the hopes that it would just run. You know what I'm saying? But let's get to it. So none of this, I'm not going to say none of it's important because all of it is important, right? Now, let me explain the reason why I was entering, and then I will clean the chart up. Turn on my new week opening gaps. Let me put in a buy side liquidity. Sell side liquidity. I'm sorry. Okay, now I'm gonna explain what's going on, and then I'm just gonna Once I explain what's going on, then I'm just going to remove everything and just focus on the meat and potatoes of it. Now, so looking at, move all this over here. Times this right here. So yeah, so right around this time, because 2 o'clock, like right around 2 o'clock is when I first came back here. So we're gonna go. That's the 2 o'clock candle. So yeah, we'll just go. That's enough candleage right there. Now let me spread it out. Now, looking at what was going on, right? That says 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Okay, so let's go to 15-minute candles because I got that marked as a 15-minute. That means I was looking at it on a 15-minute. All right. That's the 2 o'clock candle right there. Okay, because it was, a little after 2 when I started. So we were working on this candle right here when I came back here. This last candle there. Now, trying to, we're just gonna ignore the dollar right now. We ain't worried about the dollar. So basically, most important part of the trade, right? We came up, took out the buy side. We was talking about this earlier today while we was looking at it. We went back down, came back down to this new week opening gap, the purple area here, and the new day opening gap, right? We came back down into the new day opening gap, the gray part, and this new week opening gap. It's a couple new week opening gaps. It's a dark purple there because it's a smaller one inside the larger one, right? Came down to the larger new week opening gap, rejected off of it, went back up, took out the buy side again, right? Took out the buy side again. Now, when I came back from the gym and I went and fixed me some lunch, I came back here while I was cooking my lunch and I noticed, right, that we had come down and we respected, we bounced off of this old daily volume imbalance, right, that we had talked about this morning on live. This, now let me move, let me get rid of, I don't need the new week opening gaps, right? But okay, so we had come up and we came back down and we bounced off of this previous daily volume imbalance that we had talked about earlier. This morning on the live, we talked about this bearish volume, the bottom red one. We talked about that one and the top red one because we were pushing, like went through them, right? So as you see, we was kind of like paying homage to those. We were respecting those. We came back down, filled in this fair value gap, came back down into this breaker right over here. So we had a breaker there. We traded back down into, went down, filled in that BISI, even got inside this implied fair value gap right here on this 945 candle. Anybody who don't know what an implied fair value gap is, whenever you have a one continuous candle, no matter what the color is, if the candle to the left and the right is just the wicks are overlapping each other throughout that candle, right? You take the consequent encroachment of each wick to the left and the right, right? You take the consequent encroachment of each wick to the left and the right of that candle in the middle, right? And that right there is your implied fair value gap, that the distance between the consequent encroachments is, in this case, is your BISI right there. That's your BISI right there, right? And it's the same way with a SIBI. So you came down into a breaker, into an implied fair value gap, and rejected off of it, right? So now that we got that done, we took off, we went all the way up, and we took out the buy side again, right? We took out the buy side, leaving a 15-minute fair value gap there, right? And a fair 15-minute 15-minute BISI here, 15-minute BISI there, right? On the 11:30 and 11:45 candles, right? Came back down, almost filled in the 11:45 BISI, right? And rejected off. Right now, we came back down at 145, stopped at the volume, the daily volume imbalance, and this mitigation block right here, right? This mitigation block right there, because this high came down, didn't break a low anywhere, so we came back down into that mitigation block, rejected off of it. Now I noticed, hey, we're coming down, but we're not attacking the buy side anymore. We come down, wick up, don't take out the high. Come down, wick up, don't take out the high. Come down, wick up, didn't take out the high. Came down, wicked up, didn't get nowhere near the high. Now we're working on this candle right here. So as soon as I saw that, you know, of course, I'm looking for divergence, right? We were diverging, right? Because you come around here to the 2 o'clock candle right here. If you look at the 2 o'clock candle over here to the side, let's come here. You see the 2 o'clock candle there. That's the one that ended right at 2 o'clock. So that's when we started to make this candle right here, right? So as soon as this candle ended is when this candle right here starts. So this little area right there, if you look at these highs here, right, from this green candle to that green candle, those are like pretty much equal highs. From this green candle to that candle, that's a lower high. From this green candle to that candle, that's a higher high. So we're diverging on the indexes right now. The indexes are diverging. The dollar is diverging with us right here. Why? Because the dollar is pretty much doing the same thing. That's divergence. That's a type of divergence, right? So we're diverging now. There's a cracking correlation. So I immediately recognized, hey, the market is muy strong right now. It's either going to consolidate but it's not. It's either going to consolidate or attack that buy side up. Or I took it away. Attack that buy side, right? It's either going to consolidate or attack that buy side because we're not going down, right? Last time we came down here, we got strong rejection, right? Very strong rejection. And then we got above this area right here and we keep rejecting out of it every time we go back in, right? We have an imbalance down here, but we keep rejecting out of this area. The algo does not want to come back into this area. Every time it gets below this volume imbalance, it rejects back up. The volume imbalance is just supporting it. True support and resistance. So I immediately said, I want to get long. I do not want to get short. I'm not going to fight the trend. It's a up day. The market is clearly showing I'm not going to drop, right? So I want an opportunity to get long. I'm not trying to go a whole long way. I just want to get long. So I marked out the sell side below this 12:15 candle, right? Right. I marked out the sell side below that 12:15 candle. Why did I mark out that sell side and not mark out this sell side below the 145 and the 12:30 candle? Those are equal lows. You could have marked that out if you wanted to, but I chose the lowest low in this consolidation area just before this imbalance that we still haven't gotten to, right? So I want to see price attack this sell side liquidity. I'll even give it down to this imbalance and then reject. give me a nice attack on this sell side, and then reject. Because once we take this sell side and reject, now my draw is right there. That's my draw up there now, right? If we take this sell side and reject, that's my draw now. Okay, let's put that back. Let's scoot over, right? Boom. We took the sell side. Boom. We rejecting. Right there. Came down, kissed that fair value gap. Sorry about that. Came down, kissed that fair value gap, and we took off to the upside, right? So once we took the sell side right there, I got everything marked out. I know my plan in my head, what I want to do, right? I know my plan in my head, what I want to do. Now, I'm going lower. I'm going lower because I got my plan in my head, what I want to do. Where's the, that's 2. Right there. Let's go to when we, right there. That's when we took the sell. That's when we took the sell side right there. Right there. That's when we took the sell side right there. Now, I got my plan in my head, what I want to do. Boom. We took the sell side right there. Took the sell side. We touched the fair value gap right there. Right. Boom. We rejecting. Right. It's on the 5-minute. We rejecting. Right there. Right. Let's go in here. Because when I be watching it, I be jumping between the 5-minute and the 1-minute. So I want to stay on track to how it actually works out since the counters ain't moving. What time did I say I got in there? What time did it execute? 2:53 is the time that it executed, right? So in this candle right here. So I was on the 1-minute. So this candle right there, we were making this candle when I got into the trade. So now let's go down to the 1-minute, right? Let's go down to the 1-minute and see what's going on in there. Boop. Go to the 1-minute. Let's go over to the 250. Something can do. 210. 210, 250. Right here. Right here. So let's come over here. There you go. Now, here we go. There you go, telling me no again. There you go. There you go. Okay, so now price is moving. I'm watching 1-minute candles. Price is doing a whole lot of doings and going. Oh, y'all know what I noticed this morning? I'm sorry for getting sidetracked right here. If you look right. If you look right here, y'all remember yesterday? Do y'all remember yesterday when the 10 o'clock candle left me at the bus and then it came back later and came almost to the same spot and took off again? Now, it didn't leave me at the bus today, but look right here. This is the 10 o'clock candle. The 10 o'clock candle, 10:01 candle, and it took off. Remember yesterday, the 10 o'clock candle, it came down and took off. Today, the 10 o'clock candle came down to that fair value gap into that breaker and took off. It came back down to that same area again. This time it actually came all the way down into it like I wanted it to do yesterday. Yesterday, it stopped like a little bit higher, but it did the exact same thing. Remember, it came down, made like a little M shape, then came down and took off again. It did the exact same thing. The exact same thing at the exact same time. I don't know what the second one was. Let's see. That's 11:01. Now I got to check the second one now. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. Thursday. Right now. So the 10 a.m. The 10 a.m. came down. That was the one that left me, went up, came back down. 11:12. The Now the 1056 around the same time, because this time it was like right around 11, but it's around the same time. 10 came up, made a little M shape. 11 came back down, took off again. I said, man, if that ain't something, it did the exact same thing 2 days in a row. Now, I'm sorry for getting sidetracked. Let's get back to what we was talking about. Two. Hold up. I'm lost. Oh, that's why I'm like, this don't look right. Cause that's the dollar. I'm like, don't none of this look right. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? That was the dollar. I'm like, don't none of this look right. That was the dollar. Okay, I'm sorry about that, y'all. I'm looking like, what in the world? So, 250 something. Yeah, okay. All right, so all right. Okay, right here. So here we go. So we coming down. We took out the sell side. Like I was saying, I wanted to see, we got into the sell side, and right here comes the distribution. Now, I know you might be looking like, Tim, look at this long wick right here. Now, I'm ignoring this wick. The reason why I'm ignoring this wick, right, is because as I was watching price print, right, I can start talking about how I read the candles right now before I even get in the trade. I'm going to talk you through how I read them going into the trade and getting out of the trade, right? So now, as price is coming down, I'm waiting for us to take out this sell side right here at 41.7375, right? I'm giving it down to this fair value gap below it, this BISI below sell side, and the volume imbalances, those are, I'm expecting them to act as support because we've gotten above them, right? The first one's still supporting, right? Then it finally gave way, and now the second one is acting as support. Now here, this long wick right here that I said I was ignoring, right? I was ignoring that wick because that wick shot up here and stopped at this volume imbalance and shot back down just like that. It was like it did it real quick, right? I said, okay, I'm ignoring that wick. Soon, I said, if we don't go back up there, I'm ignoring that wick because it was so quick. Like the candle was here printing. Like I'm like, okay, yeah, we gonna go on down and get this right here, doing whatever. That thing said, it shot up there, so it went up there so fast and came like it only went up there and grabbed like one order. It was like it went up there real quick. I said, okay, I'm ignoring that wick because it came up and stopped right here at this volume imbalance, tick for tick, right? So I'm like, okay, the algo shot up there, right, to take care of this little imbalance right here, right? This imbalance right there is shot up there to take care of this imbalance, and it stopped at the volume imbalance there and came back down immediately, right? So right there in my mind, I'm ignoring that wick. That wick is not the high that I want broken unless there's no other high presented once we go down and reject off this sell side, right? Because when we came here and started pushing back up, right? When we came here and started pushing back up, I'm like, no, I needed to get down in there and then reject. I don't want to see it just poke and then start pushing straight back up and get above this high right here. I don't want that. I want to see it come in here and form a swing high for it to go down into and then reject and give me a break in market structure. That's what I'm looking for. One. Now, the reason why I want that is because if it does that, if it goes up, forms a high, then comes back down and rejects and breaks that high, now it gives me a breaker. I got a breaker that I'm working with. And then in the midst of making that breaker, I just need for it to form me a fair value gap that lines up with that breaker. Now, that's my model. So that's why when I'm looking at the candles print and it's coming to my destination, the sell side or the buy side that I'm looking for it to take, right? I'm reading the candles. What is it doing? What are you giving me? Right? What are you giving me? We're not taking, you know what I'm saying? We're not taking this buy side back out. We're coming down. We didn't take out the sell side. We pushed back up into this imbalance. We came down. We didn't take out the sell side, right? We pushed back up, right? And then we came down again, didn't take out the sell side again, pushed back up, finally took out that sell side there. That's the first one when I was like, you could have picked that, right? But that ain't the one I'm concerned with. I'm concerned with the sell side that's closest to the imbalance, because we're not taking out this buy side, right? So if we're not taking out this buy side, I need us to come take care of this imbalance, or at least take out some sell side and reject off of it to come take this buy side. Because the longer we dilly-dally up here, right? Dilly-dally up here, people are starting to feel good about this area and starting to move their stops up closer. They're starting to move, they're starting to bring their stop. The longer we stay up here, the more stops are getting moved up. They being moved them up to here, right? But the longer we stay up there, stops are being pulled up. The longer we stay up there. So now I want to come to where the money resides, under this low right here. That low right there. That's where they feel safe, because everything is consolidating up here. So they feel safe there. All right. So that's why I'm focusing on that. Now, I told you about this wick. I'm ignoring it because we came back, filled in that imbalance, and we stopped tick for tick with that imbalance. Now, why am I ignoring that wick? Right? I'm ignoring that wick because I'm looking for a long entry after my setup. And if we don't lay a body over this imbalance right here, right? Meaning we don't get a body to if we don't get a body to cover this volume imbalance, it should act as a magnet to price coming back to it. So that's why I'm ignoring this wick, and I want to get a high made over here that we take out after coming down and rejecting off of this right here. So that's going to help me. That's going to help. That's going to help, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Confirm, not confirm. When something reassures you, it's going to give me more reassurance about going long, because now the algo has a target that it needs to go take care of above price. A volume imbalance that don't have a body laid across it, right? It don't even have a wick laid across it, because it came up and it stopped without even getting into it. So now that's a target. That's still a target for the algo to the upside, right? Now, we come down, we get a nice rejection off of this fair value gap, and the body respects the volume imbalance. The next candle, the body respects the volume imbalance. The next candle, the body respects the volume imbalance, and we start to move up. Boom. When we move up here, get to the top of the volume imbalance, this candle right here takes off, right? This candle takes off and goes to the next volume imbalance above it, right? And then notice what it left in the wake. It left a volume imbalance in the wake. So when price starts moving, if it starts to leave volume imbalances behind, it's in a hurry to go, right? It's in a hurry to go. So now that I know we got the rejection, it's respecting the bodies of these candles, it's in a hurry to go. Now the only thing I'm waiting for is to break this high right here. Right? I'm waiting for it to break that high right there. Why am I waiting for it to break that high right there? Because in this area right here, right, we came up. So this area here came down and took out this low, right? From the high of this candle to the low of that, we took out that low. Now, when I break that high, there's my breaker right there, right? When I break that high, that gives me my breaker right there, right? So now, boom, I'm staring at the chart, waiting for it to break that high. That's going to give me my bullish breaker. I don't have a 1 minute bullish breaker. Okay. I'll just put 1 hour. Okay. So now, as soon as we break that high right there on this 252 candle, right? On that 252 candle, there's my breaker, right? Also, this 251 candle, now that's a BISI, right? So I'm watching this candle. I'm watching this 252 candle as we're printing it. I'm looking to see, do we break this high? We break the high. Now I'm watching to see, do we keep this BISI? Because we took off right there, right? When this soon as that candle closed right there, and we got that BISI, and we got that breaker, the low. Look at this. Look at the low right over here. Let me blow it up. Blow this up. Look right up here where it says L right there. The low on that candle right there is 41.7525. My entry was 41.75. Institutional order flow entry drill on this fair value gap. I immediately got on my chart, right clicked, and set limit order. Right? In one account, right click, set limit order. Got my trade copy already on. It know what other accounts to trade. Got the little green dots. I got the master account over here, and I got 3 green dots over here. It knows what to trade in the master account, and if I want the opposite, if it's trading ES in the master account, I just click the button and it'll trade MES in the other account. If I want to trade the same thing, I just don't click that button. I already got it set up how I know I want to trade. Set the trade for one account, set the limit order at 41.75 even. Soon as that candle closed, soon as it closed, boom, set my order, right? Bam, got picked up. What? Remember I told you what time I got picked up? 253. Remember I said I got picked up at 253. That's the candle that got me. Hindsight, I could have did my consequent encroachment like I usually do, because we came all the way down back to the sell side liquidity. I could have went in at consequent encroachment, but I ain't got time to be playing with them this late in the day. Give me institutional order flow entry drill, right? I'm just giving it to just below this low right here, right? Just below this low right here. I'm giving it to just below that low right there, right? Like, what's that? A point lower than that, 41.70. So right down there, my 5 points was just one tick further than I normally do anyway. So boom, give me institutional order flow entry drill all day long, right? So boom, there you go. Now I'm in the trade. Now, how do I manage it while I'm in the trade? Besides, now boom, now my target is right. My target is right with 75. Right here. My target is right, because I told you I was going for 10, right? That's above the buy side up there, right? So I was going for 10. So my target was right here at 81.25. That's where I put my target at, right there, right at the high, right on the high 80. And I don't like putting it right on the high. I like to get it one tick inside the high, but one tick inside the high was going to be exactly 10 points. And I want that quarter to account for the commissions, right? So it was, and I hate for it to be right at the high because it'll come up there sometime and miss me and pull back and act stupid, right? So I was like, so I just left it up there. And then now I'm in the trade, price moving. Now, mind you, I'm watching this volume imbalance. I'm watching this high. I'm watching this high. There's a small fair value gap there. This is the draw, right? I'm thinking that's the draw because this is where we started it, from up there. This run right here started from up here. That's where we started it, from all the way up there. So once we rejected this low, now this is the draw up here. That's why I had my stop up there, right? It's like, I know you're probably thinking, Tim, what happened to the 5 points? That's what happened to the 5 points. This was a 10-point move, right? So that's why I had my stop there. I mean, my profit target there. Now, in relation to the 5 points, I'll explain when I start locking in, I ain't losing. You ain't gonna come back and take more than 5 from it. You ain't gonna stop. It ain't gonna get up here to 8 and stop me out at 3. No, we're gonna talk through that. Now, hopefully I'm not rambling too much and y'all following along, right? That's why I entered. That's why my target was there. Right now, here we go. We're in the trade. We're going. Yada, yada, yuda, yuda. Okay. Let's come over here. Move over to this candle here. That candle there. Right? So this candle here. Now, what's the importance of that candle right there? Right? The importance of this. Oh, my God. I wish I can do it. This thing is in my way. Let me move these crosshairs. Oh, wait a minute. I think I still got it zoomed in. Do I still got it? I still got it zoomed in, but I'll leave it big because y'all can see it. Y'all can see it better like that, I guess. So I'll leave it big. Let me take the crosshairs off. So is it any kind of way to move that out the way? Can I move that? Is there any way to move that buy and sell thing over there? You see how the buy and sell thing keep popping up? Do anybody know how to move that out the way? Trading, orders, bracket, executions, positions, profit, loss, reverse, order, position, alignment. No, I don't know. I don't know. Think it, scale, click the plus button. Scale, symbol, last price, symbol name, no overlapping, countdown bar plus. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, this candle right here, right? What's happening, Zay? When you put it up in here? A long time ago. What's the significance of this candle right here? Right now, this candle is just confirmation that this candle right here is supporting price in the meantime, and I don't have to worry about this volume imbalance anymore. Right? Let me say that again. Now, how did I gain that from this candle right here? Right? So when this 258 candle, when this 258 candle right here took off and crossed over this volume imbalance, remember when I told you, as long as we didn't lay a body over this volume imbalance, this was going to be a magnet for price, right? So once we laid that body over there, right now, you know what I'm saying, the market has got back there. It's put a body over there. It didn't wick up and then go back down. It's got a body up there now. So boom, in the process, we made a little busy right there. Now the next candle, see where it came down to? It came down and it stopped on a dime at the volume imbalance right there, right? So I'm still waiting. I didn't move my stop yet, right? And why am I thinking about moving my stop? Right? Why am I thinking about moving my stop? Because if you look, right? If you look, we are getting really close to taking out a high when we get right here. And when we get there, we still haven't taken out the high. So when we take out that high, right? Whenever you take out a high, there's always a possibility of reversing, right? So now that we're about to take out this high, I'm looking for a place to trail my stop. This is just my technique. I'm not the type of person who says, hey, I'm not going to try to save anything. So for me, instead of shaving some right here and leaving my stop all the way down there, I'm just adjusting my stop loss. I'm adjusting my stop instead of shaving here and leaving my stop loss down there and watching it come all the way back. I'm just adjusting my stop loss for my full position, but I'm going to adjust it to a place based off what the algorithm is telling me is a safe place to put it. Now that this candle right here stopped there, that's giving me confirmation that the algo is done with this volume imbalance and it don't want to continue back down because we've covered the volume imbalance and we stopped on a dime and rejected off of it, right? And I know you said, well, Tim, we came back down. Remember, I said we left a busy in the wake, right? We came back down to the busy right there. Let me do it like this right here. Came back, and where do we stop at in that busy? Consequent encroachment on the dot and rejected off of it. On the dot and rejected off of it. Pew! Right? So now I'm like, okay, the algo is done with this area right here. It's done with this busy because it came down, rejected off of this volume imbalance. Then it came back down to this busy. And when it hit consequent encroachment, it hit a brick wall and rejected off of it, right? Exceedingly bullish. If price rejects off consequent encroachment or can't even get there, that's exceedingly bullish or bearish. Man, we talked about that the other day, right? So now that has rejected off and we took out this high, right? I'm looking to see what this next candle does. And if this next candle respects this down close candle, I'm bringing my stop loss to that low right there. I'm bringing my stop loss to that low right there because, and then this candle came down and soon as it respected that, soon as this candle closed right there, grab my stop, boom, put it right there at that low, right? Right there at that low. Here we go. We're going up. Let's move on over and see. We came back down. Not worried about that at all because this right here already told me I'm not going back down there, right? Not worried about it at all. Put it at that low. It's not coming to get me. I ain't worried about him, right? So now we're moving. Yes, indeed, we're moving. You, me, and then we consolidating right here. We're consolidating there, and we come up here, boom, and we take out another high right there. Take out another high right there, and we're, what time did I get stopped out? 321. I think I said I got stopped out at 321. $321. Yes, on the 321 candle. So on this candle right here, right? So remember I told you my original stop, my original profit target was there, and then I pushed it all the way up to the buy side. I had pushed it all the way up to the buy side because I wanted to see how far to go, and I was just, you know what I'm saying, I was just managing my I was just managing my stop based off what the price action was giving me, right? So boom, we just took out another this the candle that got me right here. We just took out another high right there. Whenever we take out a high, there's always a chance of reversing, right? So once we took out the high and we pushed up and we got up to my original target right there, right? Once we got up to my original target, got above that buy side up there, I immediately grabbed my stop and I was going to pull it up because I was, you know what I'm saying, like my actual profit target was out the screen. So I couldn't grab my profit target and pull it down. You know what I'm saying? Guess I could have just went and hit the close button, but I don't use them buttons, so I don't be thinking about that. So I grabbed my stop and I was just going to drag my stop up back to my original target. Once we got above it, I was just going to drag it up because it was getting close to time to go get the boys. I was going to drag it up and let it stop me out. But as soon as I went to grab it, it wicked back down below what my original target was. And so I was like, okay, boom. And I stopped it right here. I stopped it right here up under this low right there. And I was like, okay, let me assess the situation. Right. So I'm assessing the situation and I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, we've come up and we wicked and we stopped right here. We still making this 318 candle right here. All right, we got down. It don't want to blast up to let me just stick the stop in there at my original target. So it's just dilly-dallying. So now I'm assessing the situation to see where I want to put the stop. So I just left it here because I'm like, okay, we respected the down close candle on this 317 candle right here. So I'm just going to rest it below this stop right there. I mean, this low right here, because we shouldn't come back down there right now, right? So when this candle opened up and it's dilly-dally and looking real weak, right? We came down into this volume imbalance right there, right? And we wicked back up and we didn't put a body on that over that volume imbalance. I said, I don't like that. Price gonna come back because it wicked below it and went back up. But if this candle would have came down and made a closure below this volume imbalance, I would have been all good. But since we came down and we wicked back up and didn't close below it, I said, it's not, because we got above the high and then this next candle didn't even attempt to go up. It started coming down immediately and didn't leave a body over there. So at that point, I was like, I need to lock in more profit than this, right? So I pushed it up. I came all the way up. It was somewhere around here. It was like 8 points or something. I can't remember what it was. I think it was like 8 points. It was 83 right here, around 83.25, right around there, 83.25. It was like right in here somewhere because I grabbed it and I started pulling it up. And as I was pulling it up, right, as I was bringing my stop up, I pulled it up, I dropped my stop there, and then I was going up to grab my take profit that was up here, and I was gonna slide my take profit down, right, in case it wanted to wick up and get me. I was slide my take profit back down, and I brought my stop up just in case it did something stupid like it did, and then boom, it came back and attacked everything. The volume imbalance, the down close count, it came down, attacked everything. Whoop, boom, took me out right there at 8 points. And so, but I just wanted to walk you through my mindset of how I look at the candles and how I, you know what I'm saying, determine, am I on the right side? Am I on the wrong side? I pay attention to the PD arrays and how prices trade and like to them and through them, right? So I know, hey, you good, you on the right side of the trade, ain't nothing to worry about. Or hey, you're not on the right side of the trade. Soon as it give you opportunity, get out this trade without a loss. And if it don't give you an opportunity, get out the trade with the smallest amount of loss possible. And this right here, why I don't be, this why I don't be wanting to go live. This why I don't want to be go live. And it wasn't even executions. Ichabody. Conviction. No, not really conviction. It's like reassuring. It was like, it wasn't conviction, because I thought about conviction. It just it like helps reassure, like, I guess. Confluence, no, not confluence. It's just like reassuring. I appreciate y'all for trying to help me out, even though I'm seeing it longer. Yes, one time fee is beautiful. That's all I got, man. Do anybody got any questions? Anybody, you know what I'm saying? Do anybody got any questions? Anybody got anything they want to ask? Was this helpful at all? Did it help anybody? Was this helpful at all? Screen back the right size. Y'all let me know if this was helpful at all. I'll be trying to think of ways to, add value. We done been on here for an hour. I jollipize y'all. I ran my mouth a really long time. I'll be trying to think of ways to like add value. What's up, Deborah? Appreciate that. What's good, gang? Hope y'all week was good. Decent week. Connection lost. What'd you say? You're welcome, Taryn. I don't get ICT, but I understand your breakdown. Rose said, I don't get ICT, but I understand your breakdown. I be saying the same thing he say. Don't feel bad because I couldn't understand him. Hey. This ain't no time to be plugging your YouTube channel, man. This ain't no time to be plugging your little funky YouTube channel. Hey, since everybody want to drop DR video dropping, DR video dropping night, DR video, DR. If y'all go to YouTube, it's this crispity critter, his YouTube channel called Tim Calls Me Robinson. All right. YouTube is like at Hurricane 1906 or something like that right there, right? Kevo, I know you just asked me what an order block was. Kevo, I know you ain't asked me what an order block was. Look, crispity critter be making videos about DR and IDR, right? DR and IDR is a very good strategy that I don't have time to go learn nothing new, but it's very effective. I was dilly-dallying with it not too like earlier in the year, like about a month or two ago. Might have been further back than that, but I was dilly-dallying with it. It's very, very it's really nice to pair with ICT concepts. But Robinson, he be doing DR reviews. He be doing DR reviews on his channel. This what's the name? That's the latest one he just posted 3 minutes ago. That link right there, that's his channel. And that link right there, that's the latest one he just posted. Right. I go out there every now and then and look at them. You see, I looked at this one right here. I look at them I ain't looked at them in a minute. Now I know I looked at more than one. Oh yeah, okay, there you go. I know I looked at more than one. This one, that one, and then that one. So you be posting them every day, I think. But I know I looked at more than one. But yeah, looking with his fancy little DR IDR strategy reviews and all. Man, get off my screen, man. Get out of here. Get off my screen, man. Hey, I gotta catch up on these videos. Sibby Bissy. That's just fair value gaps. That's just like Sibby and Bissy, right? It's just easier to say Sibby than to say a bearish fair value gap. It's easier to say Bissy than to say a bullish fair value gap. It's just, you know what I'm saying? The SIBI stand for sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. And saying SIBI is a whole lot easier than saying sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. And BISI is buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. Saying BISI is a lot easier than that. So instead of saying, hey, this is a bullish fair value gap, I just be like, hey, I got a BISI right here. The BISI is on the 4 o'clock candle. You know what I'm saying? Busy on the 4 o'clock candle, because that's what ICT call it. Sibby on the 321 candle. Busy on the 355 candle. You know what I'm saying? So it's just easier. It's just easier to say Sibby and Busy than to say bullish fair value gap. When I say Sibby, I know it's bearish. When I say Busy, I know it's bullish. Just like when I color code stuff on trading view, if it's red, I know it's bearish. If it's green, I know it's bullish, right? It don't matter to me. If I want to know the time frame, I just look at the name, right? Because most time the time frame really don't matter to me, right? Because I only mapped out what I want to trade off of. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got 500 fair value gaps on there, because every gap ain't the fair value gap. I only mark out the gap that I deem to be the fair value gap. So I don't care what time frame it is. I just want to know if it's bullish or bearish, because if it's bullish and we're above it, I want it to act as support. If it's bullish and we below it, I want it to act as resistance or be an inversion gap. Vice versa. If it's bearish and we below it, I want it to act as resistance. If we bearish and we above it, I want it to act as support, aka an inversion gap, right? So that's why I just look at the color. I just look at the color. We above it and it's red. Okay, it's gonna be an inversion, and I want it to be support. We below it and it's green. Okay, it's gonna be an inversion, and I want it to be resistance. You know what I'm saying? If we above it and it's green, it's normal. I want it to be support. You know what I'm saying? If we below it and it's red, it's normal, and I want it to be resistance. Just like that. Just like that. Appreciate that, Jamie. I appreciate that. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I think that's it, man. That's all I got. Do anybody got anything else? Do anybody got anything else? Do anybody got anything else? All right, man. That's it. I've been looking at the chat. I've been looking at the chat, and I did not see somebody's mom. I did not see somebody's mom, right? And I really wish somebody's mom was in here right now, because as the old church folks say, something just got laid in my spirit. Something just got laid in my spirit. Y'all know I usually end it with like, take advantage of, show loved ones, ain't nobody promised tomorrow. And something got laid in my spirit, because it's dealing with something that somebody's mom shared with us today, right? Dealing with loss. And I always be talking about, ain't nobody promised tomorrow, right? But just in case somebody's mom come back and watch this later, right? I just want this all due seriousness right now. If you're not a Christian person, or if you don't believe in Christ and God or whatever, time for you to exit right now. I don't want to offend nobody, but and anybody else who just want to hear the word, you welcome to listen in. But just in case somebody's mom come back and listen to this right here, right? God won't bring you to it if he can't take you through it. And he's able to take you through it. So if he bring you to it, just understand that he gonna take you through it. Right? And what you went through before, right? Like I said earlier today when we was talking, what the devil meant for bad, God meant it for the better, right? That was a terrible situation that you had to go through. Something that I would never wish on my worst enemy. You know what I'm saying? My mother's dealt with it. I've never had to deal. I pray I never have to deal with that, especially the way you had to deal with it, right? But now that God has brought you through that, there is nothing in this world that old Lucifer or his trifling sister Saturn can do to you and your new bouncing baby boy that you won't be able to handle. Because God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. And your first child was taken away from you. Right? Now, when God gave his son, his son was given so that everybody else got the opportunity to a better life, life everlasting. Everybody else has the opportunity for that. Your first one was taken. So everybody that comes behind him or her, I don't know if it was a him or everybody that comes behind him or her is gonna have the perfect life. They got all, there is nothing that you won't be able to do for this one and every other one, because that first one paid it all. It ain't nothing that I wish on my worst enemy, but he brought you to it because he knew that you can get through it. And now that you've gotten through it and you've been blessed with this bouncing baby boy, it ain't nothing that's gonna come y'all way, that's gonna sway y'all path. He gonna do great and wonderful things. You gonna do great. I said it earlier. I said we got a new millionaire baby in this, the very first birthation in the Spider game. I don't know, man. I speak extemporaneously, but I just had some. I just want to express that. That was for you, somebody's mom, and anybody else who needed a word. And y'all make sure y'all take advantage of the day while it is today. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't put it up to tomorrow. Y'all know how I like to end it. That's all I got, man. If y'all ain't got nothing else, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. And y'all enjoy your weekend. Y'all I hate you. I hate you. Get off my live. Get off my live. I appreciate you for ending it. I appreciate you for ending it on a upbeat note, Robinson. Appreciate you for ending it on an upbeat note. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend, man. I'll see y'all Monday for the overnight price action. If I decide to sit down and do a deep dive into my charts, I share it with the channel members in the all the channel members. I share it with all the channel members if I decide to do a deep dive into my chart and chart up something. I've been lazy. I've been getting like lately. Sometimes I get up like 6 o'clock Monday morning and do my charts. But if I feel like doing that, I share it. If not, I just see y'all Monday morning at 9. Y'all be safe out here in these. It ain't even COVID no more. Y'all be safe out here in these inflation streets, I guess. I'm gone, man. Yep.